Hey, look, thanks again for watching. I'm so tired, but I forgot to make this video, so I wanted to make it. Um, England 3, Senegal nil. I put it to 3-1, only because I thought we would concede. And you know what? In that first 30 minutes, we looked defensively, we looked really bad. We just looked like we lost concentration. I also think there was a sense of them not taking them seriously. And, a better team, i.e. France, puts that away. And, we're probably 2-0 down, you know? And, this is what I say, we cannot win this tournament because we do not have a good defence. I really don't think so. But I won't, indulge in the negative too much because I thought the game overall was really good, actually. I think that was one of our best performances of the tournament, 100%. Despite, some of the hiccups we had in defence, I thought Jude Bellingham, once again, like, I would do anything for him to come to the carpet, man. Like, I can just see him being that Xhaka successor, man. He just cannot go to Man City. He can't go to Man City, bro. And he can't go to Real Madrid. Imagine Real Madrid have Bellingham, Chimney, and Camavinga. You're fucking lying, fam. It's just ridiculous, and he, for me, was our best player today. I just thought everything happened through him. I know Foden got two assists today, and he was spectacular. I don't see him moving from that starting position. He's not leaving that starting 11. But I just thought Bellingham, he's just a different gravy, bro. He really is a different gravy. And he's definitely on course, depending on how far England go in this tournament. It might end next round, sorry, because we're facing France, and I don't think we're beating France at all, if I'm being honest with you. But, he's definitely a strong contender for Young Player of the Tournament, 100%. He's just been amazing, and the future just looks bright for England. And as much as it pains me to say this, I thought Harry Kane had a good game, actually. I think this was his best game in terms of hold-up play. Obviously, he got his first goal of the tournament, so he must be absolutely ecstatic with that. And, for an England point of view, it's good to do that before you face a team like France, who are susceptible of conceding. I don't think they've kept a clean sheet this tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they have. So there are some weaknesses in that defense. But, when you have someone like Kylian Mbappe, Giroud, Dembele, Griezmann, who I think is probably the second best player, after Mbappe, like, some of these things don't really matter. And they just don't have, as much as we both have some defensive difficulties, they have a better firepower. It's not even, I don't think it's even close, if I'm being honest. But, and that midfield is, mate. But anyways, I'll maybe talk about that later in another video. But as of today, goals from Henderson, who, look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I'm not getting carried away with this game. Like, it was a good performance, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, I look at the performance against USA, and that's what sticks out to me, because USA are a decent team, and USA beat Senegal, like, 100%. I saw Paul Merson's column saying that Senegal were the hardest last 16 opponents, and I was like, no, stop trying to exaggerate. Stop trying to exaggerate these players' opponents. Like, this is not me trying to disrespect Senegal. Like, they're in the Smash 16 for a reason. Don't get me wrong, but USA beat Senegal. They do. And, it's, if they can do that, if they can beat Senegal, we shouldn't go overboard and say it's coming home and blah 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 and this and that, because you know on another day, another opponent, those chances that we conceded against Senegal get put away. So I'm not gonna hyperbole everybody's performances. I thought they were good, and like I said, Bellingham was good. I thought Harry Kane was good. Finally scored. Foden was fantastic. Saka was good. Henderson was good. He got his goal. But will I want him to be starting against France? Absolutely not. 100% not. I understand why he has to, defensively wise, because Phillips is not back he's just come back from injury and he's probably had like 20 minutes of game time, so that makes more sense. And also he's got leadership skills and he's got mixed blah, 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 blah. But, I don't think Henderson offers that much, if I'm being honest, with you technically, I mean. And that will be exposed against France. So, and the thing is, though, this is where, people are going to start talking about Gareth Southgate is this and that, like he's the GOAT all of a sudden. Like, this is why you have a squad, you know when to pick the right players for a certain opponent, and against Senegal, he's going to look like fucking Zidane, you get it? But against France, he's going to look like Henderson, bro. So I'm a bit worried about that, because I feel like he will stick with him because he's a forward. And he'd just be like, you know what, the plan is working, let me just continue. Mate. But, yeah. If I had to pick up man of the match, it's definitely been Bellingham. I know he got his 2 assists for them, but I just think Bellingham is just another planet, man, in terms of quality, composure, intelligence. Like, for his age, it's Phil Foden. I watched his post match interview, and he said that he has no doubt that this guy will become the best midfielder in the world, and I concur. I don't see any frailties in his game at this moment of time. Don't get me wrong, like, he's not the best midfielder right now for a reason, because he's just not there yet. But in the future, 100%, like, that will be claimed, and I won't be surprised if I see him win a Ballon d'Or one day. Honestly, he's really good. I was so chuffed for Bukayo Saka to get his goal, because I'm gonna be real with you lot. Like, I feel like there's some forced hate when it comes to Saka, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, and these kind of things. I'll be real with you, like, it don't go away. It really doesn't go away. Like, there will always be some sort of niggling, feeling that people want him to fail, even though he plays for your country. Like, I do really feel that I feel that kind of vibe from Mandem. I'll be real, like, certain Mandem, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it's a bit false, bro. And he keeps proving people wrong. That was a fantastic finish, by the way, and it was on purpose. Dinks at Ever Wendy. Fantastic cross from Foden to find him. And, he just is our best right winger. Like, let's just leave it as that, okay? And yeah, I'm just happy he got that goal. Especially, Rashford did a lot against Wales. Even though it was just Wales, but, people, talk about it, whatever. But it was really good, he validated, his position as well to start by scoring. I thought he played well as well. If some people had the shooting boots on, he probably could have had a couple of assists himself. He's a creator like that and a goal scorer now. He's got 3 goals in his debut. His debut World Cup. He's got 3 goals. You just gotta rate it, bro. You just gotta rate it. We're talking about Mbappe. He's got 9. And he's got 9 in 2 tournaments, and Bukayo's got 3 in 1. Like, I'm not gonna say all of a sudden he's Mbappe level or anything like that, but I think his trajectory will be very scary. Very, very scary. So I'm just chuffed for him, obviously, being an Arsenal fan, star boy. I was literally, I didn't really celebrate England's goal like the way I celebrate Saka's one, especially when Harry Kane scored. I was like, mm. I don't ever celebrate when it comes to Harry Kane score. I don't give a fuck, fam. He's a Tottenham player, and that is always gonna be in my head forever. But when Bukayo Saka scored, I was like, yeah, my son, my son. So I'm so chuffed for him, bruv. He also had a good game today. Pickford. There was a one point. Oh, do you know it was as well? Bukayo Saka lost the ball, and I was like, oh shit. And then they go through, and then he makes a fantastic save. That is a fantastic save. And you know what? I've been a big critic of Pickford. I've been real like. I was just like, Ramsdale needs to come in now. Like, this is just too much. Ramsdale coming in, Ramsdale's coming in, blah, blah. He's better with his feet, da da da. But he's ever since the latter stages of last season, where he basically single-handedly kept Everton up, and obviously his performances this season, and then just his England performances, like, when you want to talk about the players that show up for their country, people like to use Maguire for that. And I thought he was kind of a bit suspect today, if we're being honest. But Pickford is a prime example of that, and that save just before we scored was amazing, world class save. But yeah, that was good. Should I do a player ratings? Let's do player ratings. Okay, I give Pickford an 8 for that. To be honest, because if they score first, game changes. Game changes. They're sitting back. They're sitting back and they're pressuring you in the front three. They're pressuring you to lose the ball. Like, they're a very pressure compact team. So really good in transition. So that would have really changed the game, made the game difficult. So definitely an 8. Maguire, 6. I thought he was quite an average today. He lost the ball quite a lot of times actually in the first half. Stones, 6. Him as well. He was losing the ball as well. There was a lack of concentration in that first half that really could have cost us. And like I said, I feel like there was some sort of complacency because of the opponent. But you need to respect every opponent that comes through into this tournament because they're there in that position facing you for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gets a 6. Luke Shaw, I thought he offered a lot in the attacking a third in the first half. Not much in the second half, I'll be honest. I'll give him a 7. He's quietly having a good World Cup campaign, I'll be honest with you, Luke Shaw. And it's good as well because he's basically our only left back. Let's be honest. I'm not this whole thing of putting Trippier there. Like, it's just an ain't for me, bro. He's basically our only left back, so it's good news for us that he's playing really well. He's having a quietly good tournament. And I'm not really a big Luke Shaw fan, I'll be real, but you got to give props when it's due. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he gets a 7. Kyle Walker, I'll give a 6. I thought he was kind of culpable as well for a lot of things that were of the opportunities as well. But his pace always brings it out of it. Brings us out of trouble. But another one as well that's kind of lacking game time as well. Or sort of recovering from injury. I'll give him a 6. I remember that one was a bit harsh. But I don't think he gave that much attacking threat either. Throughout the whole game. I think maybe that's what he was meant to do. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely a 6. Bellingham, 9. Mind the match. For me, he was literally like, he ran the show, fam. He was a director, producer, the casting the casting director. He was the costume director, bro, makeup director, bro, man was running the show. He was the cameraman. He is just a phenomenal player, man, and I would love Arsenal to get him, but you know, if Liverpool get him, I think that would just be a waste of his career. I've been honest with you. It just would. It really would. I, I don't think Klopp is what he needs. I think Arteta is what he needs, bro. You just look at how he's transformed Xhaka, who's 27, who's, sorry, Xhaka's 30 years old now, 29 or 30. I think Xhaka's 30 years old, bro. Just look at what he's done to someone who is getting into his prime, let alone someone who will be in his prime. I think he will excel so well in Man City as well. He'll be so good at Man City. That's why I don't want him to go Man City, because then that would be frightening. Imagine him and then Foden. That can't happen. And then if he goes to Real Madrid, oh man. That's a Casemiro Modric close regen, bro. It's mad, fam. But yeah, definitely man of the match. Just he's my contender to win Young Player of the tournament, 100%. Declan Rice, I give an 8. I'll give him a 7 actually. 8 is a bit too high. Yeah, he did the business, controlled the midfield. I thought it was fantastic. He's another one as well, having a quietly good tournament, But everyone knows what type of player he is, He's another one that I would love to come to the carpet as well. That Thomas Partey replacement. I mean, he is due to leave in the summer for around 70 million. I'll take it. I'll put the money. In fact, to be honest, as an Arsenal fan, I'll be honest with you, I would, if you would give me 2 options of Bellingham and Rice, I would take Rice. 1,000,000%, I'll take Rice. Only because that's what we need right now. And he costs cheaper as well, because Bellingham will probably cost about 150 million. That's 80 million more than Rice is going to cost. So, yeah. And also, Rice will be out of contract after next summer. Not this summer, coming the next summer. So, yeah. But no, he gets a 8-7 for me. Yeah. It was good. Henderson, obviously, he got his goal. But if we're being honest, like, other than that, what did he do? Do you know what I mean? He's kind of like, like when McTominay has a good game at United, it's only because he scores or something like that, that sort of thing. But like, I just don't rate Henderson like that anymore. Like, he's just not. It's not about it anymore, man. You talk to Liverpool fans, just tell you, how he is and how much they hate when he's in the lineup. But like, he doesn't offer anything technically anymore. He doesn't have the legs to be a defensive to play that Rice role. You know what I'm saying? So. Look, he got his goal. I'll give him a 7 because he got his goal, but yeah. Let's go to Saka. I'll give a 7. He played well, got his goal. Was creating chances. His passing wasn't in a 100% or like top tier. But always causing trouble on the right hand side. I thought he was better in the second half than he was in the first, if I'm being honest. I hate the fact that he gets hold off. I hate it. Like around that 60th minute, he gets hold off, and I really don't like it, because I feel like if you watch Arsenal and you watch Bukayo Saka, you know that he just keeps growing and growing into the game. As exemplified in his goal in the second half. Fantastic finish from him. Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Good job for Saka, definitely. That's my star boy for all, but Foden, I'll give an 8. Definitely, Bellingham gets man of the match, but he was a close second as well. 2 assists, it's just, like I've said this before, like technically he's our best player, man. That goal for Saka, he does so well and uses his pace really well to beat that man, beat the challenge, and has that intelligence to just slip it through Koulibaly's legs into Saka. Like, he's just, technically, he's our best player. Technically, he is our best player. And, it's imperative we start him. And then that Sterling has to go home because there was an intruder, and obviously My thoughts are with him, because that's just mad, bro. You lot need to stop going to these mandems' houses, fam. Like, they have children. Even if they didn't have children, like, it's just an invasion of privacy, bro. Like, you can't just come into someone's yard and steal their shit and scare little children like that. Like, that is just not okay. Like, obviously, he had to fly home. Obviously, safe journey as well for that. But my thoughts and prayers are with him and his wife and his children. It's mad scary. For imagine you're all the way in Qatar and then you're hearing that. Like, it must be destroying for him, man. But yeah. With that being said, we don't know if he's gonna come back. This is sort of things you have to put your family first, and then their safety. Um, I'm sure that his kids probably don't want his dad to go. Their dad to go. He needs to put that priority in their needs first. There are some things more important than football, and family is that. And if he's able to come back to the tournament 100%, but if he ain't, then I think that position where Foden played today is his for the rest of the tournament. For as long as he might go out in the next round, from France, but I think that is cemented now for Foden. If I'm being honest with you, Kane, I'll give an 8. I thought, you see the way how people have been talking about his hold up play in this tournament. I've been saying that it's been sort of, again, hyperboled, exaggerated because he's captain and he's Harry Kane, blah, blah. But I feel like today was where you can say, yeah, his hold up play was fantastic and it showed. And he got his goal. You could see how much it meant to him. And it's good. Like I said, we've got France next. We need our main man because at the end of the day, he is our main man to keep, to get in a good score sheet and to make an impact like that. And it's good for him. Yeah. He's got, hopefully for us, it gets the ball rolling for him. And I thought he was just outstanding. I think he won man of the match, actually. I think he won the FIFA man of the match. I'm not sure about that. I think it was Bellingham. If I was to make an order, I'd have Bellingham, Foden, and then Harry Kane. But yeah, he gets an 8. I'm not rating Southgate because you wouldn't know what I think of him. But who else came on? Anyone come on? Yeah, Rashford came on. Okay, was done at 5. Who else came on? Grealish was done at 5. Who else came on? Is that it? Is that it? Oh, Dyer came on. I'll give a 4. Because he was actually moving a bit mad for one of the crosses. I remember that. I guess a 4. Can't remember who else came on. I can't remember who else. I guess whoever came on, I'll give them a 5 because I don't even know who you are. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all of that. Obviously, I'm going to do another video for sort of the roundup of all of the 116 games. I think the last one ends on Wednesday. I think that's against Switzerland and... I think Switzerland and Portugal. That'll be an interesting game because all of a sudden Switzerland have become everybody's dark horses, But, commiserations to Senegal, they've done their country part, I feel like, just came up against a really good team. And, you never know if they had Sadio Mane, some of those chances that we conceded, he probably tucks them away, So, it's not something, it's not doom and gloom for Senegal. I believe Sadio Mane will play at least one more, World Cup. So yeah, I think they should keep dreaming and got a good squad and a good team and a good coach as well. But yeah, guys, that's it, man. I'm gonna leave it here. I've got work tomorrow, so I need to get some sleep. It's about 11:30, so I need to catch some Z's. But yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, follow, all of that. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Just don't forget about my hair, bro. My hair is just fucked up, bro. In a bit, you know.